Hi and welcome back to my channel. Or if it's your first time here, hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you for my 2022 Christmas brunch video. So yeah, when I edited that video, I realized that I've never filmed an intro, so I'm doing that right now. Here's the intro. A few days later after the brunch, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that I can give you some inspiration and motivation and yeah, maybe helps you when you are planning a Christmas brunch or any kind of holiday gathering. So yeah, please enjoy. So the first tip for hosting is definitely do as much the day before as you can. So as many steps, as many recipes, everything that can be done the day before, do it. It will make your life way easier the day of hosting. I started with the Spekulatius Cheesecake, and the problem about it, I'm not sure if you have Spekulatius in the US. So here it is super duper common, and then I actually Googled it and found that you might have Spekulatius at some stores. I saw that Aldi might have them because yeah, Aldi is a German store originally, so I saw that they might have that. And I don't know if it's called Spekulatius or Speculus. I saw both, and I will also link a recipe down in the description box that I found, like an English recipe for those cookies to make on your own. So yeah, and maybe what I found is that you could use like ginger snap cookies that might work as well. I think those are pretty similar, but not completely, but kind of similar. But you're first going to put those cookies in a blender, blend them up really smooth, and then you add some melted butter and put it in a pan, in a baking dish, and bake it for like 10 minutes. And yeah, then you can make the filling that contains cream cheese that you beat up with sugar, and then you also add sour cream and vanilla extract, and later we add some eggs as well. But I put the exact recipe in the description box. So this recipe might seem a little bit more difficult, but it really is not. It was really, really easy and it turned out great. I will definitely do that again this Christmas season because everybody loved it. So basically what is key is that when you bake your cheesecake, because now you will obviously bake it for a while, you put your baking tray on the lowest position in your oven, and then you add some boiling hot water to that, and then you put your baking tray, oven rack, right above the hot water, and there you put your cheesecake on, and then you bake it. And that is really key with the hot water. Okay, we actually decided for some kind of little presents, not presents, but we just wanted like something little to put on the plates for our guests to take home. So we decided for some hot cocoa bombs. You probably heard about them. So I got those really, really inexpensive silicone molds with those like half round molds. I don't know what to call them. And I'm going to start by melting some chocolate, and yeah, then I will fill them up and I will take you along. Okay, so those hot cocoa bombs, honestly, they were way more difficult to do than I expected them to be. Of looking like the Pinterest and YouTube videos. First things first, you should use a brush. I tried with a spoon, with a plastic spoon as well, but you should use a brush. That went well better, and you should do way more than 1 or 2 coats. Like, I think we did 4 coats in total at the end. We just do 1 coat, freeze it for 3 minutes, do another coat, freeze it for 3 minutes, do another coat, and then maybe even a 4th coat of chocolate. And then we took them out, and Patrick made sure, like, he took over. I did the first batch, and it just did not turn out. I don't know, my patience is not the best for things like that. And he made sure to wash his hands under ice cold water before. And then you saw it. He just took the upper part and put it on the pot where we had our hot water in just for 2 seconds. And then he took a spoon that he just put on that pot as well and smoothed out the edges. So yeah, and then for the sprinkles on top, we just used a lightener and yeah.
Good morning. It is 7 a.m. and yeah, on the day of the brunch. So that means now the real marathon starts. I just got up. I was up way too late, so I am so tired, as you can maybe see, and I'm not wearing any makeup so far because I will get ready in like 1.5 hours, something like that. Which brings me to my first point. So for me, one really important point for hosting, and just one tip, is to backwards plan. This is so crucial because you really have to see, like, when do I have to get up, when do I have to get started. So whatever you're doing, you always start with the time down just on the bottom of your paper, or you can do it on your computer as well, obviously. And you start with the time your guests will arrive. So our guests will arrive at 11 a.m. So that means that was the first time I put on my paper, and then I went back up. So what is the last thing I have to do? And then I have, next to it, I have just a list with all the things I have to do. So I can just fill them in and sprinkle them in and see, like, I go with those things that I have to do last or I have to do first, and then I fill it out, and then I really have a good timeline. And yeah, and then I have it with like exact times and be like, okay, 9:15 I do that, and then 10:30 I do that, and yeah. So then I have my plan always next to me and go with it. And yeah, that's just one of the tips I really have for you. Backwards planning is key for me. So yeah, let's go. It is 7 now. I'm 50 minutes early for my plan because I got up a little bit earlier because I was stressing out when I set my alarm that I wouldn't have enough time. So here we are.
So another tip for hosting, make sure that the bathroom that your guests will use is ready and clean and smells clean and looks clean and is clean, so that they feel well to use that bathroom, that toilet. And I decided to do that in the morning. First thing, I could have done that in the evening, but I was just way too tired because our hot cocoa bombs took a while. So I just did that the morning right at first because I knew nobody would use that bathroom again after that. And I just, made sure that everything is clean. I tidied it up the day before because we have our laundry in there as well, but yeah. And I also added some Christmas decor that I was not able to add before. I just had no time, so I added it that morning, but I already took it out the day before. So yeah.
I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening.
Next, I continued with my cheesecake. So the cheesecake was in the fridge overnight, and then the next morning, I just made the glaze. So The original recipe says that you use red wine, and I would like to try that out. I would try that out. That you just cook a little bit with, I used just grounded cinnamon because I had no cinnamon sticks, but the recipe calls for cinnamon sticks, and also some other spices I will put in the description box that you put in there and let them cook for a few minutes. And then you just use a little bit of cornstarch, dissolve it in some water or red wine, and just stir it in, let that cool for a few minutes, and then you pour it over the cheesecake and let that refrigerate for a few more hours. So that's why I did that the second thing in this morning. And I didn't use red wine. I used like a child-friendly version of, I don't know if you heard about Kinderpunsch. This is really popular in Germany, but I don't think that it is in the US. But yeah, it is kind of a red fruit juice with some Christmas spices. So I used that instead because, later in the day we had kids over that, ate that cheesecake as well, and just wanted to make sure that there was no alcohol, something like that. So but I would love to try it with red rice. So next thing on the agenda was the tablescape, as you can see, and I just tried a few different things out. I actually was not able to get real garland. I would have loved to have real garland in the middle and then use these little Christmas trees, but it was just sold out. So I just used this little wooden tray, and it turned out really good with all those little Christmas trees on top. And I added some ornaments that I had displayed that I just used for this purpose, and I really, really liked it.
To me, it's perfectly clear we're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Summer ended, but we did not. We started something. This thing that we got grew stronger each day.
In the past, I tried out different things with like napkins, folding napkins, and it never turned out the way I wanted it. So this time I made it really easy, just used a little bow and put in the silverware and tied it together, and that's it.
Part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love.
Okay, so as you can see, I just got ready, did my makeup, did my hair, and if I have like so much time left, I will do some curls, but I really don't think so. I'm not dressed yet because I'm obviously still cooking and it just makes no sense, so yeah.
To snow in our hearts. We both know that we're falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear we're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. We're falling in love. No, it's the time of the year where something's in store for us.
So that's it for right now. I just put the lid on top of the glass. I will obviously put that away later, and I will cut up the banana. I will show you the end result later, and I will put some granola here, but I don't want it to get soggy, so just keep it that way. But it is prepped, not completely done, but prepped.
Well, I'm all for Christmas all the happy smiles and the wishes. And I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow.
So for the egg bites, I just cut up some spring onion, green onion, and then I added them to a muffin tray. The only problem was I forgot to grease the tray, so really make sure to grease it. They came out, but really not so well. So yeah, I just added some green onion and some cheese, and then I made 10 of them, so I made 10 eggs, added a little bit of milk, some salt, pepper, and paprika powder, and then I added, just the egg mixture to every tray, and I just added it until it was at the top of the tray, and they turned out really, really good. And then I baked them for, I think, 20 minutes, maybe 22 minutes at 350. I love making cheese boards. I think they're just so fun. They're pretty easy. I was really nervous before doing the first one, but they're really easy. And I just buy a little bit of those little cheeses, and then just some regular cheese blocks that I cut up a little bit, and added some vegetables as well. And it always turns out really, really good. So I really like that.
Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose. Moving nimbly, did you hear something from the chimney?
So for the brunch, we had the cheese board, we had the fruit and yogurt board. I also made this crepe freezer board that you just see here. I made it in a candy cane shape. Sorry if you hear Paulina, she's reading to herself right now. Then I also made the cinnamon rolls that I made the day before. I didn't film that because I filmed it last year, and I will just link the recipe down below. Then the cheesecake. I had some hot cocoa cookies. The recipes in my last homemaking motivation video. And what else do we have? I just made some baby muffins that you see here in the back for Paulina and her little friend that came over, like toddler muffins, then just some marmalades, butter, things like that, the egg bites, some buns, and that's what we had for brunch. And here's the finished tablescape where I added the hot cocoa bombs as well. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that it gave you some inspiration if you're hosting any kind of holiday gathering or brunch especially. And have a wonderful holiday season, Christmas season. I would love to see you in the next video. See you soon. Bye.